Hey, good evening, y'all. I want to get into this Shannon Sharpe being let go by ESPN. Shout out to Lovely T for this. Let's get into it.
Hey, T Sippers, I hope you guys are doing good today. So it's a lot going on. Now, after months of speculation, because we have not seen Shannon Sharpe on ESPN, he's kind of been doing a little bit on Nightcap, but he took a break from that for a while. It has now been announced that Shannon Sharpe was fired from ESPN, okay? So let me go ahead and rewind it back. Now, one very interesting thing about this whole Shannon Sharpe debacle is that he had both Monique and Cat Williams on his platform. And both of them tried to warn Shannon Sharpe, low-key, like the way you're moving, brother, you too may be exposed shortly. You need to make better decisions. But again, some men, unfortunately, they allow Gucci to cloud their judgment instead of them, using common sense and thinking with the other hand. So let's go ahead and refresh our memories about what Cat Williams and Monique said to Shannon Sharpe months ago.
My goal was to get this far in Hollywood and still have a virgin asshole and never have sucked a penis. That was my only goal. I didn't want to get with a white woman because I was scared she might have me running down the street like Joe.
Even though Cat Williams was making a lot of jokes, Cat Williams did have a point. Because with the way entertainment industry is, there's a lot of rumors that you gotta quote unquote do some strange for a little bit of change. Is what Cat was referring to.
I was amazed. It's on good job, Jan. Not because I didn't like white women. I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I heard what Cat said.
See how he was quick to defend the snow bunny? The cat? Oh, come on, Cat. Everything Cat Williams said in the past. Now let's go ahead and listen to what Monique had to say.
Now I'm looking right at my man. Tell you what Shannon needs. Let me tell you what my baby needs. He needs him a whole fat down. Make good cakes. Make some smothered turkey wings. And we'll rub his feet at the nighttime. Okay? And we'll...
Now notice Monique did not say that out of love. Women, Shannon and Monique are in the same age group. Let's keep it a buck. They in the same age group. But here's the thing with women in her age group. Women in her age group feel like that the men in their age group should be looking in their direction. Here's the thing, Monique. I already knew about Shannon Sharpe, but didn't care to acknowledge. Shannon Sharpe had money, and therefore his money gave him options. Unfortunately, he screwed up with the wrong chick. Screwed up with the wrong chick and had caught for $20 million. Therefore, retiring the 304, which is what he did. Fellas with money, if you're dealing with 304, and again I said if you're dealing with 304, hit her and quit her and leave her where she at. With that being said, let's get back into this. Come on.
Have a sip of his cognac to make him feel better about himself when he come home at night. That's what Shannon needs. You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old your girl. Hey, this is your mom talking to you. Take your old ass and get your old bitch out there that can love you old. You try to hang out with these young bitches and you can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it. They want you to go for a full round. You looking at her like, bitch, just like me. You want some money, go to Starbucks? Yeah, because I can't go for her. But if you get your older girl, when you get to that fourth round, she's going to say, hold on. Hold on. Let me go get you some eggs and cheese. Yeah, some toast with apple butter, but that's gonna get your energy back up. I'm talking right to you. Shit. Go out and won't get scared. Yes, I'm talking, and I know old gal should be good to you. Her name is Ella Thornton.
So again, Shannon was warned. Okay, Monique talked about the age gap situation. Kathleen talked about the white woman situation. And again, there's nothing wrong with dating younger if that's what you choose to do. Okay. But what I'm saying is, whoever you're dating, they have to have something going on, especially if you have things to lose. And Shannon
Exactly.
Sharpe had a lot to lose. And instead of him dating a younger girl, you know what I'm saying, who had her own business, who had herself together, he wanted to date a freak. He wanted to date an OF model who was into fucking race play, okay? So he got himself caught up in a situation where she sued
Which
him
is
for
where he fucked up.
$15 million. He claimed he was innocent. He had nothing to do with this. This was a shakedown for Tony Busby. And guess what? Objection. That mofo said it, okay? She walked away with $23 million, allegedly. And then she retired from OF. He basically retired this 20-something-year-old.
Retired the hoe.
And the crazy thing
Dumbass.
is, he had a budget for his own black daughter's wedding of $30K, but gave this white girl millions of dollars. Let me go ahead and refresh y'all's memory. See, one thing about the internet is we keep receipts, okay? This was April 28th of 2025.
If I know the budget, you got a budget. And I don't care whatever you do after that.
What number, I mean, I don't want to be in your business, but what number you said?
30,000.
Okay. So you can have a wedding for 30,000?
I don't know what you can have. I ain't going to get married. I don't give a damn.
Wow. Wow.
Hey, you better go get one of those what? Hey, y'all from the South, y'all know about that fried catfish and spaghetti plate. Hey, I know about that thing right over there. What they charge about a plate? $10.50 a head. Spaghetti, fried catfish, a piece of cornbread, and a thing of styrofoam cup of sweet tea. That's all you eat. But I'm not gonna go pay. Just because they had it from oh hell, something I wish I might.
That was so disgusting. He didn't even sound like he was excited for his black daughter to be getting married. He sounded disgusted at the idea of marriage, and in the fact that these are the guests are not only the daughter's friends, but they're family members, they're friends of yours. He's talking about the guests in disgust. They can eat spaghetti and catfish and some good old sweet tea. It's like, wow, but when it came to this freak who wanted him to put a big black baby in her coochie, he literally gave her millions of dollars. He literally built generational wealth for this young girl and Tony Busby's family. But when it came to his daughter creating a generational bond and creating a family with their marriage, he scoffs at it. He's disgusted by it. This is why I don't feel bad for Shannon Sharpe. Because let's also not forget how he would try and chastise Ocho Cinco and kept making it seem like Ocho Cinco would be the one to ruin Nightpath and to ruin the opportunities. And come to find out, it was Shannon Sharpe the whole time.
Hey, I ain't even got no time right now. You should at least feel bad for your looking. I'm not talking about the big boys. I wouldn't drive the big boys. I'm talking about my everyday. I have nothing. I have nothing to do. They have to live here.
Don't feel sorry for a person for a problem they created. Let that go in your head. You write down if you want to. I can't feel bad for a person about a problem they created. You created this.
Objection. That is the same exact way I feel about Shannon Sharpe, okay? Because see, he can dish it, he can talk down to Ocho, he can say, well, you created this problem, that's on you. And they're literally talking about a car. This man created his own problem with this 20-something-year-old OF model. So guess what? In the words of Shannon Sharpe, I don't feel bad for a problem that he got himself into. Point blank, period, okay? So we're going to go ahead and watch this news clip, we're also going to watch some reactions from people on TikTok talking about the situation as well.
Now, get to some breaking news out of the sports world now. ESPN confirming to NBC it's cutting ties with its NFL commentator Shannon Sharpe. Coming after Sharpe, of course, the Hall of Fame tight end, settled a lawsuit accusing him of sexual assault and battery. He was previously denied the allegations against him, but he hasn't been on the air since April. NBC News is out to Sharpe and his attorney for comment, although we haven't heard back. Ellison Barber is tracking this one. Ellison, what else do we know?
Hey, Allie, I mean, it is a massive fall from grace for the Hall of Fame return broadcast giant. And as you said, his relationship with ESPN, it is officially over. He had not been on the air at ESPN since this lawsuit was first filed back in April. That was a decision at the time that he and his attorney had said that they had made, that he had made on his own as he dealt with what he described back then as false and disruptive allegations. And look, he's no longer going to be on ESPN, and this is despite the network renegotiating his contract and announcing an expansion of his role on the show first take just last year. We mentioned it, but no comment from ESPN or Sharpe as of yet. The split, it does come 2 weeks after the attorney who was representing the woman who accused Sharpe of sexual assault and raping her in the state of Nevada on 2 different occasions, one in late 2024 and one in January of this year. It comes 2 weeks after her attorney announced that they had reached a settlement on that lawsuit. The terms of the settlement were not publicly disclosed. Again, Sharpe has consistently denied any wrongdoing.
You should have never settled, Shannon. You should have never settled.
She had said that she had met Sharpe back in 2023 at a gym when she was 20 years old and that they had engaged in a relationship.
You screwed up carefully by settling, man.
That's when she said she was
Should never settled.
by Sharpe, both physically and sexually, and raped at least 2 times. Again, no direct comment from Sharpe at this time. He and his attorney, they had previously said that the decision to step away from his role at ESPN in April was one that he made himself.
If you were innocent, you should never settle.
ESPN splitting from Sharpe. He will not be on that show, on that program, on the network moving forward. That being said, he does have an incredibly popular podcast that airs weekly. As far as we know, that will continue. But Hallie, in terms of his relationship broadcasting with ESPN, that is over.
So you guys just heard that. So he met her when she was 20, okay? And so now he's speaking out on his podcast like that, and he said something about the situation. So we're going to go ahead and watch what Shannon Sharpe had to say last night.
Before we get started, obviously, I'm sure everybody's heard the news by now that I will not be returning to ESPN. I found out this information a little earlier in the week, and really the only thing that I really ask is like, guys, could we wait until Monday? My brother's going to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I really want it to be about him, and I want it to be about my family. I know, I said, his company will overshadow everything that he's worked his entire life for. And unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. And so, as I told him, as I profusely apologized to him earlier today, he said, bro, stop apologizing. So you don't have to apologize. I'm your big bro. I'm going to love you regardless. We all make mistakes. We all. And he says, bro, I love you. So I'm done with this. You done with it too. Move on. And I really enjoyed my time at ESPN. It gave me an opportunity to bring my audience that saw me really just grow. They saw me, naked and vibe, and they saw me say all these analogies that my grandparents gave me, and I was able to bring that to ESPN. So I'm very, very grateful for that. But I just wish, of all things, like I said, hey, they did what they felt they needed to do, and I'm at peace with that. But I just wish, guys, this thing could have waited until Monday, because I hate the fact that I've overshadowed my brother's first 2 brothers in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and this is what the headline's going to be for the next couple of days. So, bro, again, I know you told me I don't have to apologize, but I'm going to do it one final time tonight, and I won't apologize again. I'm sorry that I upstaged you in this manner. That was never my intent. You've been my hero. You've been my role model from as long as I can remember. And I apologize, and I thank all my fans for supporting me when I was at ESPN and every place that I've been. In Club Shay Shay, Nightcap, Undisputed, ESPN. Thank you guys for your support.
All right, so you guys just heard what he had to say. It's funny how he went from the truth will come out to we all make mistakes. I'm sorry for overshadowing my brother's Hall of Fame recognition, sir, whatever, okay? So now we're going to go ahead and look at some TikTok reactions to the Shannon Let's go ahead and see what they're saying on TikTok.
This is why you shouldn't feel bad for Shannon Sharpe. This dude, Shannon Sharpe, told his daughter that she had a max budget of $30,000 for her wedding, but was out here paying her $3 model. This dude, Shannon Sharpe, literally retired an oil model. And it's so obvious that this was her plan from the beginning. Step 1, get into a BDSM relationship with Shannon Sharpe. Step 2, record all the evidence of Shannon Sharpe playing into this BDSM relationship. So over the course of however long they were doing this BDSM bullshit, she gathered all the evidence and then used it against him. Even Shannon knew he was cooked. There's a reason why he tries to offer her $10 million to keep quiet instead of going to court. He is damn near 60 years old as a black man about to go to court with a 20-year-old that has a mountain of evidence on him because he was participating in a bullshit-ass BDSM relationship. I'm surprised she didn't get the full $50 million. Arguably, the funniest part about this situation is that Shannon would always try and lure girl Ocho Cinco by saying, oh, he's not professional enough to make it on ESPN. Whole time Shannon let his speaking and get himself fired from one of the cushiest jobs in the world. City Lakers in 5 and then get paid $100 million.
And I'm glad ESPN fired Shannon Sharpe. That's what he did. That's exactly what he did. He sat there and retired a whole life on it, but could not even give his daughter a wedding. Can't give his daughter a good wedding. Gave his daughter a budget of $30,000 for a wedding. That's what he did. God don't like ugly. God don't like ugly. And my thing about it is, I know this is a wake-up call, which I know that it never be because it's like they never learn. The athletes never learn. The entertainers never learn. The rich men, they just never learn. They don't. They just don't. It just seriously keeps repeating itself.
Shut up, child.
They just never learn.
Seems like Gucci Mane needs to start hosting some classes. They need to learn from Gucci Mane. He needs to start some seminars. For real, he get paid a bag of corn. Show him how to pick them and how to do it. Because what they got going on, it's just not working out. Like I said, it's only the rappers, the athletes, like they get to this level of status and fame, and it's just like they just throw everything away for somebody outside their race, like. And they be knowing, they be knowing better.
And of course, black women are going to hop on Shannon Sharpe because he got played by a white girl.
To the point where
Typical.
they don't care. And that's why it's very dangerous for somebody who's never had money before to just come up. Because it's just like, I'm not saying Shannon Sharpe ain't never had no money before, but what I'm saying is when men get in a certain tax bracket, it's really not.
You know, when Cat Williams told him he had an unhealthy allegiance to losers, we did not know that he would make that a self-fulfilling prophecy. I mean, it's really, truly unbelievable. The fact that Shannon Sharpe is 6'1", 6'2", 220 pounds, and he was a lineman and all this, and it took a 20-year-old white, it took some 23-year-old white coach to take him out. You can't make it up. You really just cannot make it up. This is why when I say lust will literally ruin your legacy, lust will really ruin your life. This man was talking about how he's not giving his daughter money. I don't care this and the third, him and his big Velcro nose and all this coin from people. And not only did he get paid that money at all, they also said, wait a minute, you really run off. This is exactly what you get. Everybody like, oh, don't kick the mothers down, nigga. It's boots on the ground. See, did y'all not forget?
Welcome back to Blood Shay. Before we get started, I just want to say, as you may have heard the news already, ESPN, they don't buy my black ass. And real, what the hell? That's my shit. Ladies and fine. You know, I just want to say to all my friends, family, and supporters, I apologize, and if I can take it all back, I'll probably do it again. I can tell. It's all about the white box, remember? Listen, I can cook. That's the two things. I swear on part 2 out there, that I'm when we holler, funky with the dog collar, I'm suing your black ass for $50 million. Boys and pockets, all this side. My grandpa always told me, boy, play the slow over there, you don't get frostbite in a lot of countries. That only hit it from TV. They had a lost between 3 and 8. Over the talk. Stupid. I know we might not get as a term for our family, but told. If you had
who told his own children, that he should be the last
Yeah, of
option
course,
that they are
the
able to call.
sisterhood couldn't wait
He
to
didn't even
kick
want to
Shannon
speak to his
Sharp
own, I believe
while
it was
he's
Sharp.
down.
He was
Look at the
exploiting
sisterhood hyenas coming out of the woodwork.
every single thing that he did, and I don't feel sorry for him. The universe sent him signs. Cat Williams tried to warn him. He said it takes 2 weekends. Monique tried to warn him that him now, at the age of 57, shouldn't be messing with a girl that is, what, like 36 years younger than him? And he didn't listen. And he kept it going. And now he has lost his entire football career, basically because him and that girl had to settle for $23 million. His whole football career, he only made 22. So she got his entire Hall of Fame football career.
Check. He's a retired player. If you're gonna talk about something, know what the FUCK you talking about.
With it. And plus $1 million.
He is a sports analyst. Well, was one at CNN. Unfortunately, he no longer has that job. Most likely, he will keep Nightcap if he doesn't screw that up as well. And Club Shay if he doesn't screw that up. I mean, tell you the truth, when Club Shay took off, he should just quit at ESPN then. Because he was making just as much money off of YouTube than he was getting paid at CNN. If not a little bit more now.
Within just a few short months.
Well, it's clearly obvious that Shannon Sharpe is not that sharp. Literally.
And that's what you get. When BLK men get finesse out their money and lose their job over a white woman, I think that is hilarious. Because history keeps repeating itself every time. These athletes never learn. These men that are very successful never learn. These men, these BLK men in positions of power, they never learn. Y'all keep wanting to get, you like getting money taken away from you. Okay? Yeah, you want to trick off your money. It is better to be married in healthy love, building something, than to be tricking off your money with
Brother,
all effort.
I gotta stop you.
But you know,
You saying that getting married is better than quote unquote tricking. Do you not realize that some men, unfortunately, are getting married to the harlots of the world? And at least 30% of the women that do OF are married women, aka married harlots. Let's continue.
tired of whole white woman. They gave her $23 million.
Now that was stupid.
And then you was trying to tell Chad that he messing up the bag, but you the one messing up the bag. Now you got to try to recoup all that back. And you fired from ESPN. Boy, y'all, some of y'all BLK men never learn, and I don't feel sorry for you when this happens to you. I think it's funny. And guess what? It's going to happen again to another BLK man very soon. Because he wants to get entangled with it.
I mean, it's looking worked out for everyone. Like, just put out the job on first take, which you wouldn't have gotten without Shannon. Shannon's brother got inducted into the Hall of Fame. Mind you, Shannon Sharpe's brother, his career was cut short. I don't know if he would have gotten into the Hall of Fame if he didn't have his brother advocating him on national TV the way Shannon was doing it. So it's not, and mind you, his brother didn't get inducted. Like, he got inducted, the announcement would be the day before Shannon's firing for ESPN and was released. So it's like, you know, everybody, I'm still eating right now, but like Shannon, ooh. And it's like, I don't know, like, if I'm Shannon Sharpe's brother, I don't know how to feel about the situation. Because, like, yes, thank you, because without you, I would not have my whole jacket, or I would not have the acknowledgement of my greatness. But it's also like, bro, your S6 situation is overshadowing my Hall of Fame announcement. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if Shannon goes to his brother's, like, Hall of Fame induction, everyone's going to be like, I just, ugh. And it's like now, Shannon Sharpe is someone who wants to
This woman does have a point. Shannon, even though Shannon would want to attend Sterling's induction into the Hall of Fame. Oh, Lord, excuse me. Had a yawn. It would be best for Shannon to say something maybe over Zoom, but not be there in person. Shannon should not show up in person to this. Cause if it does, it's really gonna F everything up for that whole weekend. Just saying.
Your friends are, you say look like they're best buddies. Cause he low-key. And it's like your family is low-key mad at you because it's like you're overshadowing their greatness. And then it's like they have a business together. Every time Shannon promotes their business together, I think it's called like reporting. It's just like, look at, I think it's like their, from my understanding, it's something they all do together. Like every time Shannon is like associating his name with the brand, it's like, ugh, associating with that. Say things. It's just like, I don't know. This is a really weird situation.
On today's episode of Men Whose Downfalls Was, we have a man who just had to pay a 19-year-old OnlyFans model because he couldn't control his lust. The guy behind me, his name is Shannon Sharpe. Shannon is an NFL Hall of Famer as well as a sports broadcaster, and as of late, he has become a huge media personality with things like Club Shay Shay and Nightcap. Now, Shannon has been around for a while. He's 52 years old, and he ended up finding himself in a situationship with a 19-year-old, which is purely lust. There is no reason why a 52-year-old and a 19-year-old should be together at all under any circumstances. But again, lust just makes you think about what you can gain and not what you can lose. While he was messing around with his 19-year-old, which is the OnlyFans model, I guess they had some type of role play relationship where they did this thing. It was weird. But like many men in this series, his lust made him blind, making him think that this 19-year-old would never go public with the things they do until she came out with the things they do. This 19-year-old said that while some of the relationship with Shannon was consensual, that most of it was abusive and manipulative, and she would have to do things that she didn't want to do in fear of Shannon. And this led to her suing him for $50 million. And Shannon came out and said this whole thing is a shakedown. She's trying to get money out of me. While we did have this role play thing going on, everything was 100% consensual. And this led to the 19-year-old and her lawyer to release a conversation with him.
Here's my thing. Between the white girl and Shannon, I got a feeling that both of them were on this play stupid games, win stupid prizes. But here's the thing. The white girl played the game better than Shannon. Shannon was supposed to be the one to play this game and win. And he didn't. And now look at him. You retired and a 20-year-old hoe because you sat there and played a game and couldn't damn win. Dang.
Between her and Shannon,
Election, you're voted. Big black guy chose small white woman.
but even with the phone conversation coming out, Shannon stuck to his guns and said it was 100% consensual. A few months passed with them battling it out in court, and recently they both decided to settle, which means both parties came to an agreement. Now, I couldn't find how much they settled for, but I had to guess. I would say it would be $10 million or more, just because that was the original money she was asking for before she came public with this whole thing. And in my opinion, I think Shannon settled not because he was guilty of anything, but because she probably had more evidence that would hurt his image even more.
Yep, pretty much.
52-year-old man thinking he can trust a child. Lust had this 52-year-old man thinking he can mess with a child. Listen, I'm a big fan of Unc, but legal or not, a 52-year-old has no business messing with a 19-year-old. There's nothing you can get out of that but satisfy your lust. And let me just make it clear, when I say downfall, I don't mean he is going to lose everything. I think he's very talented. I think he's going to continue having success in his field. But I do also think this is going to be stuck with him for life. And not only stuck with him for life, but he got bamboozled by a 19-year-old. He just retired a 19-year-old OnlyFans model because he couldn't control
Unfortunately, he did.
But, you know, like, you had to know that it was coming. I mean, she's 19, man. Come on, huh? That's something that lust can only do. Lust can make you blind. Lust can make you think that it won't happen to you, but it will. Fellas, control your lust will control and destroy you.
Now, what that brother said was so true. People do have to control their lust. People will move in lust and not realize that that same lust will literally bring down your entire house of cards. It will mess up your relationships with friends, family, yeah, you know, especially if you're doing a main chick, side chick situation. It will fuck up everything. Now, as far as the age situation, like I've always said this, I don't care who people date, right? You know, the law says 18 and up is legal. But I think once you get to a certain age, you also have to use
I gotta
common
pause
sense.
this for a second.
Even though 18 is legal, should you be smashing an 18, 19-year-old girl or boy?
Come on. There we go. First off, everybody around Shannon was telling Shannon that this chick was too young. Shannon was damn near 60 years old. Yeah, I think he's 60 now, whatever. But the point is, Shannon should at least went up to 30. At least. Because in my opinion, Shannon was real close to, Cause, wait a minute. If I remember correctly, Shannon has a 32-year-old daughter. So now 30. See, now 30 wouldn't work neither. Cause he wouldn't need to check to at least be older than his daughter, but not close to his daughter's age. Yeah, bro, I don't know. Let's play it.
I don't think so, and that's just my personal opinion. Like I always say, if you want to really date younger, if you're more into younger people, what is wrong with, waiting until that person's frontal cortex has fully developed? What is wrong with dating somebody 25 and up? 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 35. Why is that wrong? Why is it that so many men and some women choose to run behind 18, 19, 21-year-olds? That is because their brains are not fully developed. And when somebody's young like that, they're more easy to manipulate. You can kind of mold them how you want to mold them. Whereas, when somebody is 25 and up, they're basically set in their ways. You know what I'm saying? But there's no reason for anybody in their 50s to be looking at a 19-year-old. To me, that is a kid. This girl was younger than Shannon's daughter. You know what I'm saying? I have a 19-year-old. I look at him like a kid, like a baby. So, while, again, I don't think there's anything wrong with dating younger if that's what you choose to do. You also need to move with common sense. And if you're going to date somebody younger, why are you not going after somebody who's younger who has themselves together? You'd rather have somebody who's desperate, who's broken, who's, selling their body on the internet, because again, they're easier to control than if you get a 30, 35-year-old who's running her own boutique, who has a business, who has herself together, or who's also in your same field. So like that man said, when you run behind lust instead of common sense, when you're running and you're thinking with the head down below instead of your brain up here, you'll find yourself in that situation every single time. And I think a lot more men need to understand the difference between love, lust, and, they need to understand that every situationship is not worth it. This man has literally lost a chunk of his generational wealth to a 19-year-old white girl. He's literally been able to
sad but true.
Family and
it's sad but true.
She's going to probably eventually get married to some white man. So now that generational wealth that was built on the back of Shannon Sharpe is going to a whole other race of people. He should be embarrassed.
Shannon Sharpe got on his podcast last night and said that settlement is over. And he's fired and let go to ESPN. Don't agree with great guy. It's not that it happened. The settlement and the firing happened around the same week or weekend that his brother's going to the NFL Hall of Fame. He said, can y'all wait to talk less about me until Monday? He said, my brother did honor one of the biggest honors you can get in life is going and being immortalized to the NFL or the National Football Hall of Fame.
and y'all gonna talk about me and this little white girl. My brother going to the hall. He said, please, talk all the mess you want. Just wait till Monday. I'm not gonna lie. It's crazy because I don't know how people look at the situation as if Shannon was wrong, or they just feel like, you know, he's an old guy who just freaky. But this settlement, ESPN is the only one who cares. ESPN doesn't know that he still has Coach Shay. He still has the At Night with Ocho Cinco. The other day when the announcement came out, that was
This here is the penalty of putting your trust in the wrong BICTH. That's basically what Shannon did. You put your trust in the wrong damn woman. It is what it is.
in Atlanta. He just had a cognac tasting for his brand in Atlanta, and like so many people showed up. Like nobody cares about this settlement except for ESPN and the people who just want to talk mess online. But his brother, you know, that's who he considers his hero. He wouldn't be here without him. These are the first brothers to go into the Hall of Fame. And he just, you know, he just really apologized to his brother, saying that this may overshadow his accomplishment. He apologized for that. But he said, everybody, you want to talk mess? Talk all the mess you want. Just please, 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 please. Wait till Monday.
You know what Shannon's problem is? He was laughing too damn much. He laughed the entire time people was dropping gems on him, thinking that they were telling the motherfucking joke when they were actually warning
And
him
of
from
course,
it.
another sisterhood hyena.
With them unwise friends, thinking that people are just laughing at him for nothing. Everything that damn funny. They said that woman is getting ready to build a legacy for her children with his money. The reason why people stood 10 toes behind Shannon Sharpe when he got a show on YouTube was because of the way he was treated in mainstream media, and now I understand how they were able to treat him like that for so long. He laughed too damn much. You see what I'm saying? Just laughing like an old unwise ass fool. It's just a damn shame.
So Shannon Sharpe done messed around and got himself fired from the ESPN.
Another member of the sisterhood.
Tisk. Down $23 million and unemployed is nasty work. Do we not understand people that lust has consequences, unhealthy appetites? If you know, have consequences. Diddy, R. Kelly, now Shannon Sharpe, and just recently Anthony. Ultra watch. Anybody cancel his blood to watch? Something's brewing. I feel it. When are you all going to learn? What did Mark Lawrence's mother say in a thin line between love and hate? One night of passion can lead you to a lifetime of pain. Now that fool about to walk around with his tail tucked between his legs, literally. I mean, seriously, that girl ain't never gonna have to work again. She is retired at 19. And she quit her OnlyFans. See? Kim Kardashian wasn't even that good. She could take a few pointers from this broad. Oh, baby.
Crazy thing about me with the whole Shannon Sharpe debacle is that y'all praise certain men for the same exact behavior. They look different and they're a different age, which I don't get. They all have lust problems. We love a trick. We love a trick. I saw a video the other day. Somebody say, these girls are calling these men tricks. And they don't consider themselves whores. Because that's prostitute lingo. They call their clients tricks. And Sharpe just an old nigga with a lust problem. Y'all get over here with all these takes in the world how man's supposed to spend money. It ain't tricky if you got it. Some men just got it like that. It ain't even nothing to him. He just spend it. He just Do you think that man's eyes will mature when he's older? The same man you're talking about, that same scammer in Atlanta, whoever, that man, that young man who got money right now, you think that when he's Shannon Sharpe's age, he won't look at girls that look like you right now and still want them over an old woman? He is not the type to settle there. Y'all don't ever see this shit. The same shit y'all love now, when you get older, you're going to hate it. And it's just as bad through and through. You just benefit from it now.
I see what he's saying, and I think that's the problem with social media, is that there's a normalization of prostitution.
Yeah.
People try to put it in different terms and try to put it in a sweet package and rename it, but a lot of this is just digital prostitution. Only
It's horrible. That's what it is. You got whoredom on OnlyFans, whoredom on Instagram, whoredom on Twitter. You got whoredom everywhere. You got like the OFs and all that. It's just whoredom everywhere, man. And here's the thing. They want to sit there and blame the men for whoredom. No, the men don't need to get blamed because the women co-signed the whoredom. So therefore, the whoredom isn't on the men. The whoredom is on the women. Let's continue.
Fans, instead of people walking the whole stroll, they're on OnlyFans taking out their clothes. You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying that we're shooting
Facts. I'm gonna get back to Level T facts. What you was saying about OF. These chicks on Instagram and OF want to sit there and call themselves models. First off, you're not a model. You're nothing more than low budget P stars. That's what you are. USA Ho. Okay? USA Ho, slut, harlot, concubine. Which basically a concubine ain't nothing but a hoe.
We're shooting a porn scene, we're doing a collaboration. We have normalized prostitution in this day and age. This is why so many young girls now are feeling like as soon as they turn 18, they're running to OnlyFans. Because it's been glamorized, it's been normalized.
Talk about
and a lot of young boys feel like, they can't pull a female unless they're tricking out money, unless a woman is doing this. Everything is about
it's whoredom.
Everything is about
Whoredom.
It's not about really getting to know each other. It's not about building. It's all about what you can do for me.
Whoop,
And mainly
hold
what you
on.
can do for me sexually. What type of money you
Let
can
me pause this. Damn it. Come on. Therefore, what lovely teachers taught, even though she didn't know the word for it, transactional dating. And I'm going to say this very loud and very clear. Men didn't create transactional dating. Women did. Y'all sit there get mad when the men look at y'all and say quote unquote you ain't worth the trouble or the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Y'all are the ones that make dating transactional. Okay, for example, Pot the Balloon. You got some of these chicks that go on the Pot the Balloon show. They'll sit there be a nurse at a hospital and talking about they want the doctor making 6 figures. Here's the thing about the doctor that's making 6 figures. He don't want you. Now, just because a man knocks you down, don't mean that he wants you. He wants a part of you, but just not you. Y'all get that later. Let's get back into this.
I mean, how good I can suck it and fuck it. We are literally living in the upside down world. It is
We
really,
are.
really sad.
It's what my face looks like after taking 1,000 men less than 12 hours ago.
Ooh, Lord.
I totally
Is that the
get-
Bunny Blue chick? Yeah, that's her. Let's get into another subject of boredom. Let's get into the chick that quote unquote let 1,000 men run through her in a day. Where do I start at? Okay, let's start here. First off, where's this girl's mama? Secondly, where's this young lady's dad? Secondly, where the F are the grandparents, the aunties, the uncles, whatever? Where is this young lady's village? Cause ain't no way that should have ever computed in her damn mind. But it did. It somehow computed in her damn mind. Why? I don't know. And unfortunately, a small part of me really doesn't give a damn. But here we go.
Those taking fluids for moisturizer is good for your skin.
And it's going to continue until people break that cycle. This is why people don't want to, have families anymore. The birth rate is declining. People don't want children. You know what I'm saying? Because people are so busy trying to hustle one another, trying to not make a connection. They're not busy
Talk
trying
about
to
it.
connect with each other, get to know each other. And
Talk
build
about
together.
it.
They want to show each other how bothered they can be. How they can be with this person tonight, and then be with this person tomorrow, and this man next week, and that woman, 2 weeks from now, and show how
Dang,
unbothered
come on,
they
let
are.
me pause
Because in
it.
this day and age, emotions, nothing. It's all about transactions. And that's the saddest part. So I definitely get where he's
What
coming
kind of
from.
policy?
It's cute now when you're young.
There we go. And that's the problem. There used to be a time where people used to make connections and whatever. It's gotten to the point is that between men and women now, it's basically, what do you got for me? Okay, for example, let's go back. Let's go back to Sad Off. When that chick with Jada Pinkett said to Nate, said, "I'm in the bind, Nate," and Nate said some other time. Translation: I already got what I want out of you one time. When am I gonna go back to you for? Basically, ahead and quit it. And unfortunately, the fact that's, and I did a video on this, that there was a video where about the woman who unfortunately had 2 dead children in her trunk. She was, quote unquote, selling herself just to survive. And it is so unfortunate that some of y'all young ladies feel like y'all gotta sell yourselves to survive. It's just sad, man. Let's get back to level 2.
But understand, everybody ages, you will get older, and you don't want to be that woman in your 30s and 40s who's angry, bitter, ran through, used up, and spit out.
Ooh.
And now you're sitting here.
Wait a minute, did she just say ran through? Did she just say ran through? Okay, T. Okay, level T. I'm a little. Hey, so salute to you for telling how it is.
22, 23-year-olds. So it is. It's a crazy cycle, and I do not feel bad for Shannon Sharpe. He knows better.
I believe the ancestors had to teach Shannon Sharpe a lesson. It's like he would get too beside himself. He used to say a lot of terrible things about black people. His daughter, it came out of his own mouth. He said his daughter needed money for her wedding, and he told her he's not going to help her. He's going to just give her like $30K or less. Nothing more. Okay? His kids did not look to him for money. He said that out of his own mouth. Okay? And he got with this 19-year-old.
Here's my own personal opinion. In my opinion, could Shannon Sharpe spend more on his daughter's wedding if he wanted to? Yes. But again, it's his money. He can choose what the F he wants to do with his money. I don't know why a lot of black women want to harp on the fact that he gave his daughter a 30K budget. 30K, in my opinion, should be plenty for a wedding. That's my opinion. Again, could he spent more? Yes. But again, his money, his choice. It is what it is. Y'all ain't gotta like it. Hey.
And it has cost him $100 million. 100, y'all. Not no little money. $100
Ma'am.
million deal.
Pause.
ESPN.
It's not no 100 million. It's more like 20. Which is still, a good chunk that she got from Shannon Sharpe. Now, is this woman smart enough to build off of that 20 million? Only time will tell.
Just fire him. It's sad, y'all. But do we feel bad for him? Do y'all feel bad for Shannon?
No.
It's sad, but I don't feel bad for him because he played himself.
He has other business ventures that's making him money. It's not $100 million though, but he'll be okay. He'll survive. But yeah, the answer
He'll
is
be
oh,
alright.
okay, give me that back. We're gonna humble you. We're going to humble you. That YT Bulani, and he ended up settling with that girl for $23 million, more than he made throughout his career. Can you imagine? The girl quit being a 304. The girl closed her OnlyFans account and was.
And knows the fact that she used, they're gonna humble you. Meaning the sisterhood is gonna quote unquote humble Shannon Sharpe. And I'm gonna say something that's probably gonna piss y'all off, but I won't say it anyway. The attitude that the black women are basically having towards Shannon Sharpe, they're basically doing this here. Ha 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 ha. Remember Nelson from The Simpsons? He would sit up point and go ha 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 ha. That's basically how they're doing Shannon Sharpe right now. Basically saying ha 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 ha. We told you so. Ha 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 ha. Like it's gonna do anything. The only thing Shannon Sharpe gonna do is be like F these black women. I'm gonna stay over here with the articles. Which, to be honest, that's basically what Shannon's been doing for a while anyway. So hell, he might as well just continue.
Like, yeah, I'm gonna retire. We made her a multi-millionaire. Her children's children is gonna be okay. Gave her generational wealth.
His ass got fired and she retired.
Basically, that's basically what happened.
ESPN just cut ties with Shannon Sharpe right after he settled that lawsuit. And how much I want to
Another hyena coming out of World War.
That white old girl is sleeping on some beautiful cashmere sheets that she settled for $23 million because Shannon Sharpe couldn't keep his big black parts out of her white tight. I promise you, it's still going to be a black man. It's still going to correlate all of this to why black women are still inferior. That we're the gold diggers and not them. It's just so crazy. But that white woman shit applied himself. You can't even be mad because it's not going to this Taylor's all this time. He didn't learn from them. She just saying Willoughby told his black daughters that they can only spend about 30K for their wedding. But he indulged into a little bit of rape play with a barely overage girl, and now she got $23 million. And I can guarantee you, it's about to go left. Literally how they get turned into influencers. Hello, Kim K. They about to start having their own show. She about to get a white husband, brand deal, little house on the prairie. Girl, she said, Shannon Sharpe only made $22 million in his whole football career. So basically, financially, she wiped out his whole capital. I don't feel bad for Shannon Sharpe at all, but it's just crazy how these black men always get quote unquote tricked out this spot. But then let themselves get tricked out this spot because they feel like the black woman is the enemy. And don't get me wrong, black women trying to be malicious about some surface level baby mama shit. The girl ain't got no kids and she got $20 million sitting on that good old ass. They're being won by different guests on his show directly and indirectly. He still took the bait. Not even took the bait, he endorsed it. He started that shit. In my opinion, I don't think the internet gonna slow him down though. I think it's just gonna make him put extra precautions and barriers in front. But even then, or KB Max white girl, congratulations, girl.
I would never do that. I'm going to be completely normal. No, I'm not. And I'm going to let's go.
So that this is young lady that Shannon Sharpe is in a debacle with right now. A few things, not to age shame anybody ever, but you're 56 years old, brother. This young lady is 36 years younger than you. Why? Some people will not like this, but I'm not even mad at her. She's doing exactly what girls like that normally do. What did you think?
Yeah, 3 or 4 is all they want to do is come up.
What young girls do, especially when your brain is not fully developed and you run off of emotions and not logic. She hasn't had any life experiences, so I'm not shocked that you went this route.
Especially older men dating women who are just barely coming out of teenage years. Oh, respectful. You got way too much money and way too much experience to be getting caught up like this. Now,
Facts.
the alleged things may not be true, but what is true is you did, in fact, mess with this young lady.
He did.
Now, some women may say, you just getting what you deserve. You should know better. You got way too much experience. You be caught many booby traps. And a professional athlete, I know you've
Yep.
come across this before. The reality is, whether people want to dog this young lady, shade her for trying to get another money grab, it's his
I don't
fault.
pause
And
this
yes,
again.
there was a lawyer put out.
Come on. I don't pause this again for a second. Like I said earlier, Shannon should have never got played by this chick. If anything, Shannon should have had this chick wrapped around his finger, but he didn't. And I still can't. Even though I'm accepting the fact that Shannon got played by this chick, I can't lie, y'all. It still pisses me off that Shannon got played by a chick who was old enough to pass for his granddaughter. Man.
And it may have been chopped and edited to make you look crazy. Either way, you would never be in that position to look crazy had you not messed with this 20-year-old. Respectfully, of course. No.
All right, tea sippers. So, like I said, the conversation is popping all over TikTok. Everybody and their mama got something to say about this situation. Again, Shannon Sharpe should have took warnings. You know,
Yep.
God will send you signs, and you need to pay attention to it. And Cat Williams was a sign.
And we're
to it.
done.
Monique was a